And where is he?
He's just turning on the light.
Okay, okay.
Um,
So, guys,
Hello.
Nitisha and Vishal, both of them joined in batch 6. And Vishal cleared PMP a little bit back. And yesterday, Nitisha cleared. So, this is what I called as a true love story. How how they started, like me and Vishal had discussions, as all of you had before you joined the program. And when Vishal joined, I said, "Do you have a slot?" I did had. I said, "Oh, yes, I have." And he said, "My wife want to join." He joined. Now that is a very interesting part for all the females. In the batch, Nitisha was leading. And Hassan, this will also be an important thing. It's not necessary who's leading in the class will at the end. She was leading, like she was one of the top
okay.
people who were leading the batch. But then when the class ended, she became busy with all the stuff. Shal cleared PMP very quickly. And we went back and forth. And finally, she did it. And Natisha, why don't you share your journey your ways? And Vishal, you can jump in however you like. Please go ahead.
Well, thank you for having us. And I love how you say finally. My goal was to finish before you started batch 12. So, what batch is this?
10, 11, 11,
Oh,
11.
see, I hit my goal. It's funny you mentioned, right? So we both work in different fields. I work in IT. He works in engineering, and so I think he was doing PMP. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to sign up for this class," and it's funny because his boss recommended Amirsa, and then and then I was like, okay, I'll also take the class. And I thought it was just like I had downtime at work. And then after we did the class, like you said, I got so busy with work. And I was just like, oh, I couldn't concentrate that much. So I had to help him and support him so he could pass first. That was my sacrifice.
I filmed myself. Stop lying.
So yeah, and then yesterday, and then I just knew I was like, okay, if I have to do it by this month. If not, then it's going to be November, then it's going to be December, the new year, batch 30 will start. So I just spent some time like the last 2 weeks a lot, like taking so many of the mock tests, and I just wanted to get it done and finish.
Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. That's really amazing. Vishal, what would you like to add here?
Yeah, no, I mean, it was hard to be honest for her to like make time and, she's been busy at work and house stuff and everything. So I think she studied a lot. Like last month, she took time, like every weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, she was like doing at least 2 tests, spent at least 4 to 5 hours, right? So, uh, yeah, I mean, anyone wants to do it, right? I mean, you have to spend some time, but yeah, it was once she got in the rhythm for it, like she did it really fast. So you just need to like, I think the good thing is like you make sure you follow up and people have that rhythm
Mm-hmm,
even after the class is over.
mm-hmm.
And once you stay in that rhythm, you can finish it like within 3 weeks or a month if you want to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's pretty much.
And it's funny because I think when we started our batch, all the success stories came on, and everyone is like, "Oh, Amritsar just follows up," and I was like it was just funny to me because I thought, oh, like once a week, maybe he'll text us randomly, and then every like Wednesday, Monday, I get a text. I was like, oh, I didn't do it, and then it's more like on you that you have to do it versus
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an interesting thing. Whenever I even say, like, it's a very easy thing to put in the words that what we call explicit knowledge and
Yeah.
tacit knowledge. Everyone can copy paste what I write, follow up. But actually doing follow up is knowing, okay, Natisha did this. She is there. She did not do that. You need to, like, for example, when she booked the exam, I at last I gave you overall mocks. And she said that, okay, when you are getting, no, not now. You this 180 is pending. You did that 180, and then we worked into that way. But this is batch 10, so not batch 11. So my team, because now I'm working on batch
2 months
11.
ahead.
Yeah, you are 2 months ahead. Yeah. Okay, Natisha, let's jump into the exam and let's talk about the exam. By the way, guys, just for the context, day before yesterday, she said that I am very nervous. And what was my answer, Natisha?
You have to be nervous. It's normal.
It's normal. If you are not nervous,
Yeah,
then there is something wrong that we need to look into that.
yeah.
If you are nervous, that's a normal thing. Okay, Natisha, let's talk about this thing. How was the exam? How did you manage time? Which topics were most highlighted?
Okay, I actually wrote it down. I wrote some of the
Yeah,
questions
sure,
down
sure.
so that I could send it to you. Um, I think when I did, well, I think I could just speak from me and my mistakes, what I did. So like the first, like when I was doing the 180 mocks, I had 1 hour left, like on all of them. And I was like, wait, why am I going through this so fast? And I didn't take like the 10-minute breaks and so on and so forth. But I was like, I was skimming through some of the questions as well. But when I went to the test yesterday, like you said, the first part is like 80 minutes. I I like had to like the last like 10 questions, I had to skim and do it because like they have the highlighting feature and the strikeout feature. I was like striking out all the answers, like process of elimination. I was wasting a lot of time. So don't do that. But then the second set, like the 60 questions, the 60 to 120, and then the 120 to 180, those were a lot easier. So once you get into the rhythm, it's like, okay, I could do this. So I had like maybe 15 minutes left, and then like 20 minutes left, like that. So I had enough time for the second portions.
Hmm. Okay, okay. And
And
which area were more dominant?
definitely agile and definitely team and communications. Actually, yesterday I had only one drag and drop question because I was asking him. When he took the test, I only had one. Yeah.
Oh,
I was like, Vishal, you don't remember any of the questions? Write it down. And he didn't remember. It's like you don't remember, right? After you do it. So I only had one drag and drop question. I'll send you, Amirza. Like it's like dormancy, it's like risk, it's like
Risk question.
dormancy. Yeah.
Risk question. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll just send that to you. That was hard for me because like I mean I had to use like common sense because I didn't know some of the terms, but
We
I
did that in last coaching call. In last
oh
two
really?
coaching calls, we did that. Same question. Let me show you one thing. Today,
Oh.
right now, Bobby is giving exam. Uh,
Mhm.
Bobby, and this is the my last message I sent him. Okay, go to the drag and drop question, and was it something like that? Urgency, proximity,
Yes,
yeah,
dormancy.
that's it.
same question.
It's the same
The
question.
last 2 to 3 coaching call, we are doing it on almost daily basis.
Oh
Please
gosh,
come
I
in the
did.
coaching call.
I saw the last Thursday coaching call, but not the one. If I saw it, I would have known
Okay.
that one was there. And mostly it was agile, and then some of the questions were very similar to our mock questions. So that was like I think that was like really helpful for me.
Hmm. How many formula questions? Because we are right now with batch 10, and after we are going to actually do formulas today. When you
Oh
are doing the
really?
cost part, it becomes very challenging. People start getting confused. So, how many formula questions were there?
Can I say zero?
That's true. I know it
Yeah,
is.
I
It
had
is.
zero. And the thing is, I don't remember formulas like that. Like, he memorizes formulas, but I don't remember formulas. So I have to like apply them. So I think like when I was doing, I didn't even know, like when I was doing my random mocks, that's when I have to like start learning how to apply the formula versus just memorizing it. So that's when I learned it. And then like, I think there was zero. I mean, I didn't care, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. A very important thing. And now this is for those people. It will happen to them also. No matter how much I do follow up, when you lose the consistency, because when you are with the batch you are in a different kind of flow, right? When you lose that consistency, how do you regain that? What would you
Uh,
advise?
Yeah, so I think we started in July, right? So I was like a little bit sick, and then I was like, okay, let me get back into it, and then something or the other happens. So I first I think it, it's very hard because I think like in our class, in our batch, Ishmael, I think he finished in 5 days, right? He is like the true champion that I could always remember. I was so jealous of him. But I think like what takes the long what the hardest part was like for me was, oh, again I have to review my notes. I have to get back into the groove. So like again, oh, like I have to do the RCAs again. Because I think I told you this, right? I was like very discouraged in the beginning because I think when I was doing like my people mocks, process mocks, and even like the tests, like the tests after you do these, I was getting like 50s only, like 50s. And like one of them I got like 40. And I was like so discouraged because I was like, oh, like what am I doing wrong? And and I also like realized like what I was doing wrong is because I think it's a little different for every field because I work in IT. We do work on agile projects. I work in an agile stream. So I was like using that knowledge versus the book knowledge. So I was getting confused between the topics. So like I think once you're in the rhythm, like he said, it's easier to just keep going.
Hmm, hmm. Okay. Okay. With rhythm. No, but the thing is that when you lose the confidence, right?
Oh yeah.
When you lose the consistency, how do you come back? Because I'm there, I'm calling you. Was it Vishal? Was it something I said? Was it facilitated? How did you, or was it like other, or like batch six is 80% already done. Batch seven is done. Batch eight is awesome. Like batch eight is the best batch as of now I had. Like majority of them are done, right? So what was that thing? Seeing daily three, four people becoming certified was
Yes.
that thing? What was that thing exactly
Yeah.
that took you back?
Okay, so I think you following up, that's the first one because every time it would be like, every time in my, I know you do it for us, but in my head, I'm like, oh man, I didn't do it. So it's like always in the back of my head, like, okay, I have to do this. And the second thing is, it's usually like him. He's like, okay, you have to get it done. Like, like we're very competitive with both of us in nature. So I was like, okay, I have to do it because he did it like fast, right? So that's that. And also like I think what helps me and motivates me is like I think I don't know about the other batches. I think I know batch 8 is good, but like seeing people in our batch like passing, like I think like you maybe Asif, Shahi, and everybody,
Yeah.
all like, and when you go see on the tracker, I think Asif, I think someone on the tracker is like doing more tests than me. I'm like, no, I have to catch up.
Yeah, yeah. The finally the thing is that you guys were able to do that, and I always say that is the most important thing, that each one was sporting. What I say, each one teach one, that happens at your home, right? The mantra that always work together and go through it. Do share me those question answers that you have, because we have PMP marathon on this Sunday, the day after tomorrow. So I'm gonna use the exact same questions in the PMP marathon. Guys, the question answer is open to you. Anyone wants to ask the question, you can ask both of them. Both of them cleared. Vishal clearing in a month, and Nitisha came back, and that is very important. She came back and worked into that. The question to both of you, and you can answer one by one.
Mhm.
If I ask them to book the exam right now, let's say, if I ask them, okay, let's book the exam by 15th of December, just saying it, or 15th of November, something like that, instead of looking at their progress, will that help them to push forward? Because Nitisha booked the exam and then she studied backward. Or Vishal, you think no, moving with the flow is best?
I think if you book the exam 3 weeks, right? 3 weeks is good enough. If you have completed, let's say all the subjects, right? And then if you give yourself 3 weeks, I think you can pretty much do it 100%, right? If you
Mm.
are getting like good enough score, like if you're getting like even 60s, I think you can easily do it in 3 weeks. Like you just have to put in some effort, like maybe 1 or 2 hours every day, and on weekends, 4 hours, 5 hours, and I'm pretty sure you can do it.
Yeah, 4 hours
So,
you have to give
and
for
when you put the
180
date,
work.
then you don't have an option, right? So it's like, okay, now I have to study. All I want to. So, so I think that helps 100%, right? So, I mean, that's something. If you want to do it, and if you have confidence, book the test 3 weeks from now, and I'm sure with Amritsar's help, you can do it. Yeah.
Yeah. What would you say, Nitisha? Would you agree with him, or would you like to add something to it?
I would agree with that, but then I would think you would have to do the initial test and then try to do like one big mock, like the 180 mock, and then the random mocks. Nothing is harder than the random mocks because that prepares you so well because I didn't know, right? I'm sitting like I was where like I think one of the people who the success stories that came in, they're like, oh, I'm gonna like make the random mocks easy because the test is easy. Nope. But like the random mocks like mentally prepare you because on the test, the questions are not that long. I was telling him the questions are
Mostly
like
two
dumb a little
lines,
bit.
two
Yeah.
lines, 3 lines. Most questions are 2 lines, three
Yeah.
lines. Yeah.
Mm.
But I think
Very
that's what
few
it
five
is.
liners.
But
Yeah.
I think everyone can do it. That's what I think.
Okay, okay. That's it. That's the most important thing, that everyone can do it and can walk into it. Guys, if you have any question, do ask them. Do share me your picture together. I'm gonna use it there. Shahi actually, the one who was leading, she actually cleared a month back. She had the same type of story. She got sick, and actually her son got sick. Right, her son got sick for a long time. Then she took a 1 month break. Then I forced her to book the date. I said, without that, you cannot do that. And then she did it and cleared it with all above target. And yeah, of course, Ismail and Shai used to have that who will do that. But at the end of the day, Ismail did it in 5 days. Gee, guys, if anyone has any question, you can ask. Okay, how important it is to do 180 mocks for the real exam? Like you did 2 to 3, I guess, Vishal, but Nitisha, you did 6 of them.
Yeah, I think I did five. I
Why?
skipped one, but I
Okay.
did three back to back to back. Uh I think it's important because then you manage your time wisely. Uh but then like I think at least you don't have to do everything like with the break, like the way the format that you tell us, Amir sir, like do 80, 75, 75, like take 10-minute break. You don't have to do it that way, but one test do it that way, just so that you know like how what to expect on the exam day.
Mm. What do you think, Vishal?
Yeah, 180 is important, right? Because it helps
Mm.
with time management. And I when I did 180, I did it like as I'm doing a real exam. So I did it like 60 minutes, take 10-minute break, 60 minutes, 10-minute break, 60 minutes. Sorry, 60 questions. So right, so that helped me, and I did the same thing in the exam pretty much. And I think 180 mark is very close, I would say, to real
Mhm.
exam because the last ones are difficult, but 180 marks in general, like the exam questions, you can compare it, right? I mean, it's kind of the same level of difficulty,
Mhm.
more or less.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah.
Okay, okay, that's a very interesting thing to put into the
Mm.
context. How you worked into that way, and Abid, 3 weeks after final mock, no, no, no. She was saying, he was saying, 3 weeks after doing all that topics, question topics. Like there are 10 to 12 topics that you are doing. After that, like book the exam for 3 weeks. But it again depends on student to student. For example, I asked only to do 182 mocks or three. Normally, I ask only three 180 mocks, and sometimes even skip only to 2 of them. It all depends on your score, and that's why I'm continuously working into that. Thank you very much, guys. I know it's a work day for you, and you
That's
made up
okay.
in between. And always remember, as the PMP mastermind is working each other. Hassan Trimzi, Avas, Laiba, Vinkat, and so many people are adding services. Whenever you have time, give back to the community. Right?
Definitely.
Each one is my belief and is my mantra. And do share those questions which you made, Nadisha. Do
Mhm.
share. Actually, it's an interesting thing. I had a student. He remembered exactly 60 of the question. Last session, he had great memory. He sent me like it was 6 months back. He's from India. He's from Kerala. I always say that people of Kerala have amazing brain. He remembered like 60 questions exactly. Sir, this. I said, man, I'm not gonna use them, but that is amazing. He remembered exactly the question. It
Oh
also
man.
happened. Another for PGM,
Given.
one student did. Yeah. But do send me. I'm gonna use for PMP marathon. Thank you, both of
Alrighty.
you, and best of luck for future endeavors.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
See you,
Bye. Good luck,
everyone.
everybody.
Good luck.
Okay, guys, these were our champions. You see, I ask these people so that you can correlate your story with them. You can motivate, right? This is one of my favorite thing to do, to record success journey, especially husband wife success journeys. I recorded the first success journey. Both like when they came to me, the wife had given the exam 2 time and she failed. And they actually husband found me somewhere and contacted me. He said that I need your help to help my wife to come out that depression. That was his first line. I told him I can't do that. I can't do that. I am not that kind of guy. I'm a very impatient guy. I'm gonna yell at her. If he said no, she needs your help. I have seen your success stories, and I'm very happy. She cleared in 15 or 18 days. She joined the program and she just needed a right direction. That's it. Her speed was fine, everything was fine. Most of the time, you are moving in the right direction with you are moving in the right speed with the wrong direction. Just need to make a little tilt and you can become PM. Okay, so let's get this thing done. Anyone, what we were discussing? Anyone can tell me? Okay, let's ask Shakib. What we were discussing before success journeys? Yeah, we were gonna
So
discuss.
we were discussing calculation of duration of activity.
Okay,
So
good.
analogous was the first point we
Okay,
discussed.
let's have a 5 minute break so that we can let go that journey out of our brain and focus back to our scheduling. Okay, let's have a 5 minute break. Guys, message in the class, in the group, the coaching call. The class has started. Acha ji, okay, let me tell you an interesting thing. Yesterday, when I was parking and when I was for that test, and I was doing the reverse parking, I failed actually last 2 times because of that. When I did the first one, I almost hit the cones. And the inspector went out, he checked, he said, okay, you can try one more time. Now, I did one thing that I recommend even when you give the exam, I'll give it to you in that video. I said, sir, can I take a minute break? He said, sure. I closed my eyes. You can call it taking a deep breath, doing meditation, or whatever. It has the same effect what when you smoke a cigarette. If you are a smoker, it actually has the same effect on your body. It relaxes you. Do try it whenever you feel any. Okay, now we have discussed schedule management plan. We have discussed activity list, attribute list, milestone list. We have discussed dependencies, mandatory, discretionary. We have discussed 4 type of relationship: finish to start, start to start,